Hello everybody, and a very warm welcome back to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Is everybody back? I want to have a look and just see. Is everybody back? Oh, okay, the audience is building, starting to come back. You've all refreshed your pages, hopefully. Let me just have a look here as well on Facebook. Just remember, just refresh. Tell everybody, refresh. Okay, Facebook's a little bit disappointing, but I'm sure everybody will return. Welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. You were just with us 5 minutes ago, weren't you? And now you're here, back for another hour of fun with our Craft Along shows. A show that we're very proud of here, actually, and a show which, I don't know if you remember this, but I'll mention it. Back in the day, won an award. Remember that, guys? An award-winning show, the Craft Along. First people to do anything of its like, I believe, and now been imitated by many, but it's never the same as we do it, never the same we do it. So in these shows, they are exactly as they sound. It's your opportunity to craft along live with us. This is going to be, of course, all about the Thorn and Bloom. So if you've already got that collection, we'll give you opportunity first up to get all the bits and pieces that you need out so you can craft along in real time. If you don't have it, you can pick up the bits and pieces you need in this show, and then of course you can watch the craft along back at a later date, or indeed if you haven't got time to do it and you've already got the Thorn and Bloom, this craft along will be there on Facebook and indeed on YouTube for you to come back to at a later date. It's all done in real time for you, so if you are crafting along, or if you want to ask any questions, if you want to, Helen to repeat anything that she's said, then of course you can chip in and ask for that as well. So let's get into it. It's Helen's first ever craft along. How are we feeling over the crafty side of the studio? Are we nervous? Are we excited? How's it going?
All of those things.
Yeah.
I'm nervous, I'm excited. This is a first for me. I'm so used to going, and then you do this, and here's one I did earlier. I'm not used to like doing it from beginning to flat piece of paper to card. So please be kind. I know you will be. I know you will be.
Do you want to show us what we are going to be making, and I'll take everybody through the list? Okay,
so this is, are we doing it from above? Yeah. So this is my little card. So we're going to use some of the gorgeous ribbon to kind of hold our little double gatefold in half. And then we're going to be creating. So you're going to be using different elements from the collection. We've got a bit of stamping, we've got a bit of embossing, inking up, sort of having some fun with tearing and stuff like that. Just some fun little techniques to turn it into a little double gatefold with a little closing bit there. I won't put you through the horribleness of watching me tie it up again, because as we said in the previous show, my bows are not that great.
Well, all of that to come. Let me know in the comments. I can see a few already. Let me know.
Oh, wow, look at that. It's me.
You'll see in a minute. Let me know if you are back, if you've come back, or if you've just joined us for the first time today. We'll say a few of those after we show you Helen's new headshot and exactly what you need to be crafted today. That was quick, wasn't it? They got that up.
That is me.
Was that done this morning?
It was.
There you go. There she is, and this is what you all need. You'll need your Sara Signature Thorn and Bloom 12x12 paper pad. You'll need the velvet ribbon. You'll need the window of blooms, which is that die set that we showed you. Your Damask wallpaper, the embossing folder, and then your Kiss by a Rose, which is that beautiful stamp. You'll need your Classiques. Of course, it's entirely up to you which colours you want to use. Obviously, Helen will tell you what colours she's using as she goes along. You might decide to change. You'll need your Noir black alcohol-proof ink pad, plus you will need your water reactive Ombre ink pads as well. As per usual, you'll need kind of your core additional items, a stamping platform. You'll need your Scoremaster or a scoreboard of sorts, a Gemini II, or similar. You'll need red liner tape. You'll need your foam pads, tacky glue, and all-purpose glue. So that is the list of everything that you will need. Just give you a couple of mo's to grab all of that together whilst we say a few quick hellos. Sandy says, I'm back for more inspiration, Helen and Ben. Thank you, Sandy. Jen Shank says, I'm back. Thank you, Jen. Clista Walters says hello again. Thank you, Clista. Jem says, hello, everyone, from Lakita in Ohio. Alison Mason, I'm back. Alex says, I'm back too, looking forward to this. Thanks, everybody. There'll be bonus points for me, see, that I've got you all back, because I say normally everyone goes, but now I've said, oh, come back. You'll be like, oh, well done, Ben, for getting everyone back. So just tell me if you are back. Gina, thanks, Johnny. Gina says, hi, Ben and Helen. Welcome to CC Helen from Freckleton in Lytham.
Oh, hello.
I love this collection. I did my first card with this last night between 1:30 a.m. and 3:30 a.m.
Oh, total amazing crafting hours. I also craft from 1 to 3 in the morning.
She sent a photo in as well. Gina, thank you. We'll try and find that photo and show it later. Cat Butt's back. Hi, Ben and Helen, team and Crafties. Helen, all the best for your first craft along.
Thank you.
I'm back, says Kath Gorton. Love this collection. And one question before we get started into this. You might be surprised at the answer. I have a question for Helen, says Alex. How many pairs of glasses do you have?
So I have, that I actually wear, I have 2 pairs. One pair that I'm wearing and a spare pair. I think the question is probably come up from the fact that in the previous time I was here and in that photo I'm wearing red ones and now I've got cherries on. And the answer is this is literally 1 pair and a mass of different front covers. And they're just magnetic that just sit on my glasses.
You should have said you had 700 pairs.
Well, actually, I've been wearing my glasses. I've been wearing glasses since I was 4 years old, and I have kept every single pair. And I am now 43, and I pretty much get 1 or 2 pairs every year. So that will tell you how many I have in a tub. So I have them right from when I was tiny up until the last couple of years.
A question. I know we're going to get onto craft. As a glasses wearer, and I know you can say I should wear them more often, but I have my lenses in so I can see. It's just my readers that I can't ever have on my person because I always forget. I have my glasses on when I don't have my lenses on. Where do you get the magnetic things from?
Can I say the company?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the company it's a company based in New York, and they deliver to all over the world, so it's not like they only deliver to the UK, and it's or the US. It's called Pear Eyewear, and they sell, I'd say they sell about 10 base frames. Yeah. So mine is the Wonder. And then they sell like hundreds of, and they do like, so I've got ones from Marvel, I've got Friends frames, I've got Disney frames. Wow. They do like licenses, there's Harry Potter, Peanuts, loads of different frames. And it's become, I will explain this to you and you'll probably learn over the times that you watch me, is I'm obsessed with collections. So once I start something, I have to carry, like I have to have everything. Yeah. So I've just got, I only got these, I think it was just over a year ago, and I've already got like 30 or 40 different frames.
Well, there you go.
Well, front covers.
Well, every time we see you here on Crafterscompanion TV in the future, we need different frames. Brilliant, Helen, says Alex. My daughter has magnetic sunglasses. Oh, cool. Stephanie says, excited for the craft along. It should be fun. And Karen says, I'm back. This is Karen with the pugs. Mainly needs a nap, though. The puppies were up at 3:30. Oh, wow. But I'm enjoying the class. Thanks everyone for coming back. As I say, brilliant. Well done the little refresh, everyone. Let me know if you have come back, and feel free to ask those questions. This is where I take a bit of a back seat and we all get ready to wonder and wow at Helen's first craft along. Where do we start, Helen?
I'm definitely feeling the pressure.
No, don't be silly.
Okay, so first of all, we're just going to get the papers that we need out of the paper pad. Now, obviously, I'm going to tell you the colours that I used, but there's lots of different elements in here, so you can kind of change your colourways depending on what you want to do. So I'm going to start by getting some of the rose paper. So we'll just go through until I find the page I want. Here it is. So we're going to go with this one. So I'm going to take that out of my paper pad. And then we're going to go into the solids. And we're going to go with the black, like so. Oh, out you come on. There we go. And then we're going to go with the sort of slightly lighter, sort of pinky purpley colour. And that's the paper pad, the papers that I need. So I'm just going to pop this out of the way. And then we're going to start by making our card blank. So we've got our 12 by 12, and I'm going to cut this down to make our gatefold. So you need to cut it, I've got the measurements, I've just covered them. You need to cut this, it's going to be 12 by 6. So let me cut this side down because that's got a little bit of the gum from the edge. So I'm just going to come in and line it up. What I probably should have done is taken off my glass mat to do that because I was on a bit of a tip, but it's absolutely fine. It did it okay, no problems. So what we've got here is we've got a 12 by 6 in our paper, and then I'm going to come in with our scoreboard. Now, I know that you guys, I don't know if you still do, but I know in the past you've done larger scoreboards. I think you had a 12 by 12, scoreboard at some point.
Scoremaster, what's it called, the big one? The big score.
So that's fine, but because I created it on the smaller scoreboard, I'm going to just literally score from one side, turn it over and score from the other side. So we are going to score at 2. We are going to score at 4. And then I'm literally going to flip it over, and I'm going to score at 2, which if you're doing it on a longer one would be 8, and then 4, which I believe would be 10. So depending on whether you're doing it, we're scoring at 2, 4, 8 and 10 to make our gatefold. So again, I'm just going to pop that out of the way, and then we're going to fold it. So we're going to fold our gatefold like so. So mountain and valley. So you've got your mountain fold and your valley. Turn it over, do the same. Mountain fold and valley. And then you can just make sure that it's scored so they meet. And there we have the start of our card. So I'm going to pop that to one side. That is our gatefold card. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in. Now, was this on the list, or did I forget to tell you? White card. Was that on the white card?
It was.
I suddenly thought I hadn't told you, which would have been my fault. And what we're going to do now, this, I'm using the white card, but this is also stamping card, because I'm going to cut all the pieces and use some of the elements for stamping and some as just a background. So, you know, kind of, if you've got other white cards that you just want to use as your matte layer, then by all means do that. So we're going to cut all of our white pieces. So first of all, we're going to cut at 5 3/4 or 5.75 inches. So we find that on our scoreboard. Cut that down. So 5 by 7, 5 3/4, and then 1 3/4 or 1.75 again inches. I also am a fan of inches. I craft in inches way more than I craft in centimeters.
Well, so.
In centimeters. So there we go, I'm fine. And then just check that should still be, yeah, that's fine. And then 175 again.
Okay.
So we have 2 pieces at 5 3/4 and 1 3/4. And then we're going to do another piece in, I might have to bring this other piece in. So we're going to do 5 1/2. And that is 5 1/2 by 1 1/2.
Yeah.
And again, we're going to do that twice. So again, this should obviously be right. So we've got 5 1/2 by 1 1/2. There we go. And then our final piece of white card will be 5 1/2. Sorry, there we go, 5 1/2. By 3 1/2. So you will have a couple of little bits of white card left, just pop those in your stash, but that was pretty much out of one, in fact it was out of one piece of card, so that's fun. So one A4 sheet. So now what we've got is, we've got 2 larger ones, 2 smaller ones, and that. Again, should I tell you the measurements again, or are we okay with what I said?
Yeah, you can quickly recap if you want to, yeah. Just so everyone's got it.
This is 5 3/4 by 1 3/4 inches. This is 5 1/2 inches by 1 1/2 inches. Mm-hmm. And this is 3 1/2 inches by 5 1/2 inches, okay? So we're going to start with the smaller 2 pieces, because this is the sort of detailed work. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the stamps from the collection. So these are our sentiment stamps, but you've also got a little detailed rose.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to use my stamping mat because I'm using the rocker block, so I want to have that, like we said in the previous hour, I want to have that push against it.
Got till midnight to pick up that deal on the stamping mat if you're watching the previous show.
Right, so I've got my inks here, and I'm going to use the red ink from the Ombre Inkpad, and I'm going to use my rose. I'm just going to place it on my block here. Now, this is quite a fun technique that I'm going to do, but what's also fun about it is if you are someone who is a little bit fearful of stamping correctly every time, it takes that fear away. We're not going to stamp the whole thing. We're actually just going to take the Inkpad and we're going to swipe across.
Yeah.
So every time, so you just swipe across, and every time you're going to get a different look. So let's just place that back in there. So you'll see here, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to fill up our paper. And there you get sort of a little bit of, I don't know if you can see that because it's quite small, but you get a nice little sort of different look on your image. So again, we're just going to come down And we're going to stamp. When you're using something like a block, just take the moment to make sure that you've taken every element. Don't worry too much if you haven't, but it's easy to do that because with the rocker block, what happens is when you put it down, it goes slightly darker on the bit that you're doing. So actually that makes it quite easy to check and see if you've done it correctly. There we go.
What a pretty stamp that is.
It's a really beautiful stamp, very good as well, because sometimes you've got those, you've got like a card, and you've created a card, and you just see a little bit of white or something that you just want to fill up some extra detail. It's a great sort of filler stamp, if you know what I mean. That kind of disses it a little bit, but that's not what I mean. I really mean it in the best of context of that word, that it just kind of fills up a little space. So again, we're still going in with our stamp, and we're just swiping over. We're just going to fill in these little extra spaces. And what you'll see, what you'll see in a second is that I will repeat the process on the other piece because we're going to have two sides. So I'll just do a little bit there. And I wonder if I can use the other bit just to do, yeah, I can absolutely use the other side to fill in that little bit there. So there we have our first bit. Now, if you wanted to, I'm not going to because I kind of like it, but you could absolutely do, say it's some ink and kind of pull in from the sides, but I'm just going to repeat the process with my other piece of card that I cut.
Okay.
And again, this is why I went with the stamping card. I wanted to use one piece of A4, but obviously I needed to know that I was going to be able to stamp on it. I've also, as you can see, got red on my fingers. So just be aware of that if you get ink on your fingers.
Just say hi to us, we're watching. Kim Nesbitt Edwardson's joined us from Chile, Wisconsin. Welcome, Helen, she says.
Thank you, hello.
And Karen Hughes says, hi Ben, just jumped from Facebook to YouTube, buried under my craft stash as sorting it all out yet again. Lovely to have you all back with us. Good job I reminded you a couple of times in that last show to refresh and get back. So everyone's come back, which is marvellous stuff. You're here to see Helen's first craft along.
Thank you.
Brownie points for me.
Woohoo! So again, just taking the moment to fill in all those spaces. I love this kind of technique because I think, especially with silhouette stamps, you know, because sometimes we find that we do silhouette stamps and maybe we're not quite covering it properly. But if you do a technique like this, it doesn't matter because the whole idea is you're giving a different look. So we'll just carry on swiping. I think we could probably get one more in there, yeah?
Yep.
Ooh, there we go. So,
Ready?
What I'm going to do, just before I do anything, I just want to clean my hands off because I've got a bit of red ink and I don't want red ink everywhere. So I've just got a little wipe down here. I'll wipe that off and take it off my rocker block as well and pop that back because we are finished with our rose stamp now, for now. There we go. Okay, let's pop that under there and I'll stamping that out of the way as well. This is obviously water reactive, so later on I can just go in with a wet wipe and clean that off, no biggie. Okay, so we've got our two side elements done. And then what we're going to do is come in with our lady. So this time, again, this is kind of what I was saying in the previous hour, is there is a place for all tools. This time, instead of the rocker block and the stamping mat, I'm going to use my stamping platform because it's a slightly larger stamp and there's a lot of detail, so I don't want to be fearful of missing any. So I'm going to come in with my lady.
My lady.
My lady. Oh, she says, there she is, she's hiding. Come on, out you come. Okay, so I'm going to lay that down where I want it, move it to the center so you guys can see, and then just pop down and pick up that image, and then come in with some of the alcohol-proof ink because we're going to colour her in. Now, what's really fun about, and sort of makes it a little bit easier for me, and this is again where I kind of, depending on what stamping I'm doing, will depend on which stamping platform I use. Because there's so much detail here, the ability to be able to re-stamp is like amazing with one of these. It's a really easy thing to use, but what can happen sometimes, you do the pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter.
I love that.
But
finger dance.
But maybe you've missed a piece or not. Although I'm happy with how that's stamped. Oh no, see, there it is. I've just missed the corner of the rose leaf. I would say before you think about another tip, before you think about re-inking if it's not going. Double check that you haven't just accidentally missed that bit when you're doing your pitter-patter, because sometimes you haven't put pressure on that bit, because you'll find that the ink was still on there. It was still ready to go. I just hadn't obviously pushed at that little piece. So we'll just take... Oh, come on.
That's such a good tip, actually, because like you say, you might then go back in and ink it again, then you over-ink.
Absolutely. And I think that's something we all kind of do a lot. And actually, it's just about, it's very easy to double check that you haven't missed it. Right, so now what I'm going to do is come in with my pens.
Yeah.
So I'm using the earthy browns, I'm using the calming greens, the exotic pinks, and the dark skin tone, okay? So we'll start with the brown, and we're going to go with her hair. Now what I'm going to do actually, because I hadn't really realised, but I found it really comfortable colouring on the stamping platform. It actually made it really comfortable.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to bring that in because...
It kind of like just sort of lift your wrist up a little bit maybe.
Yeah, it just made it, yeah, absolutely. It just felt more comfortable as I was doing it. Right, so we're going to start with the brown tones for her hair.
And just to say again, without interrupting too much, all of these on a 3 for 2. I know the majority of you who are watching the last show, these are very, very busy. 3 for 2, everything available in the US. UK, I think we're just missing one of the sets, but type CLASS, class, into the search bar and they'll all come up.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, again, just like I said before, I lay them out in colourways, and we're just going to start by putting our lightest colour down. I hope it doesn't take me too long to colour her all in. That's what I'm a little bit worried about.
39 minutes and counting.
Yes, oh dear.
You'll be fine. Just to say as well, all the Classiques are on the shop of the day now as well, so you can grab those. Get them in your basket. You know, try these for the first time. Stock up on them. Use the fact that you've got that $75 free shipping as well in the US. So it's a great opportunity to shop and buy. And as I say, if you're one of those people going from tri-blends into Classiques, think about getting the 6-packs because those have got the light, medium, and dark in each of the colours. Ash says, I like that you're using the Ombre Inkpads. And Kath Gorton says, I'm trying to watch this and ignore Murphy the dog who keeps tapping my foot with his paw because he wants his dinner. It's not due until 4. Murphy, you're 38 minutes early, pal. 38 minutes.
He's gone early. Well, when you need food, you need food. I totally understand that.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get some after this Crafterland, actually.
Have you not had any lunch?
Well, I had a protein bar and scrambled eggs for breakfast at about 10.
Posh.
And so I'm sort of quite full, so didn't feel the need to eat, but I think I will by 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
All the sweets have gone now as well, haven't they, out there? So I can't have
have they all gone? Even all the love hearts?
Well, I think the love hearts are still there, but I'm not interested in those. They're yours, though, aren't they, Helen?
I love the love hearts. I love love hearts.
Love a love heart.
So again, just like we were talking before, and actually this stamp, can I say, is, am I in the right place? Yeah. This stamp is absolutely perfect for colouring, especially for someone who is maybe new to it, because the detail on this stamp is so amazing. Don't ignore what the artist has done. They've given you the lines, follow them. It makes your life so much easier. Whoever's created this beautiful image has gone in with so much detail. Take your darker pens and just go along those lines and then sort of finish off with the lighter pen. Just here alone, you've got so much detail to go in, and I always just take the waves of the hair and consider that to be the place where I want my darker colour.
Yeah.
And again, something like this, we talk about colouring in sections. This is quite difficult because technically there isn't sections, this is all her hair.
Yeah.
So I kind of just go along and take a bit and make that the section, almost add my own in.
It's great to see how much you're enjoying the tri-blends though, because again, it's only your second day here. And
the Classiques.
The Classiques rather, yeah.
Yeah. No, I am. I really enjoy them. It was when they said, we're going to do shows of this. I won't lie, I was a bit nervous because having one thing and going on to another can be quite scary.
Yeah.
But this hasn't felt to me like such a leap. I feel like I would probably now, ironically, choose these over the tri-blends.
Yeah.
You know, I would pick these because I like that there's a little bit, because there's more pens in the system, or sort of more shades, I should say, it gives me a little bit more control of how deep I want that blend and how many blends in total I want. Yeah, and that's nothing to take away from the tri-blend. They are incredible pens, don't get me wrong, but yeah.
But like you said, the fact that you've got, you know, I think it's 1, 2, 8, isn't it? I think across most of them.
Yeah,
so you could use, like you say, blend 1, 3 and 5, or you could go 2, 4 and 6, or you could go 1, 5 and 7. You've
Absolutely.
got a lot more choice, and like you say, go 2 pen blend, 3 pen blend, 4 pen blend. You know, the possibilities are bigger, aren't they? I suppose
they are indeed. And again, I like the fact that if I just stick to the rule of as long as the numbers go up, you know, I can go with whatever numbers I want.
Yeah.
You know, and that really I think is the only sort of rule to really go by if we need rules at all. Yeah.
Do you do a lot of colouring in your own sort of spare time then, or are you more die cutting and embossing and stamping?
So the reason I talked about the idea of being able to take the stamping mat is actually when I go on planes, I take pens or say watercolours with a pre-stamped out image.
Yeah.
And I do that because it's really simple. It takes a lot of time, and that's not a lot of tools that you need. You know, so yeah, absolutely. I do love to colour, and I find it quite relaxing. And actually, recently, I started. Oh, hang on, I've just been talking. I put that in the wrong place. I started doing a new technique where I'm very early, very new to it. You use alcohol markers and pencils together, and you create what looks like an embroidery. It looks like you've embroidered a piece of paper, but it's actually the pens that have done it.
Oh yeah.
It's really clever, and that's been really fun. And I like to colour with my nieces as well. My second youngest niece is really into her alcohol markers.
Oh.
And we'll sit and we'll colour together, have a little creative day.
How old is she?
Oh, don't ask me that. There's so many of them.
Oh.
14.
Oh, okay.
She's 14. That took a second. I've got five nieces and a nephew, plus a bunch of furry nieces and nephews as well.
Oh yeah.
So you know, it's a lot. I love it. I come from a large family, and it's nice.
3, 4, 5 nieces I've got.
Yeah.
I think, and how many nephews have I got? 1, 2 nephews.
How many siblings do you have?
I've got, well, that's all from my wife's side.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have siblings or no?
I've got a sister.
A sister.
But she's, well, she's stayed single all her life, actually. No family.
Right.
Horses.
Oh, she's a fan of horses?
Yeah.
I used to have a horse.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was called Panda. And it was literally horrible to everybody but me. It literally bit and kicked everyone.
Oh, never.
Yeah.
I love that you like.
Yeah, gutted.
Was he called Panda because he was black and white, or?
Yes. He had like a black eye.
Aww.
Okay, how are we doing for time? We're okay.
Halfway through.
Okay.
Ooga. This is your halfway warning.
I wonder if I should get on with the other bits and come back to the colouring. What do you think?
I suppose, yeah, because yeah, it's
come
probably
back.
better to show the other bits, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's do that, and I'll come back to the colouring. Right, okay. So we're going to come in with our rose, and we're going to trim this down. Again, we're going to take one piece and do 3 cuts at the same time. So let me move that over. So we are going to go. We're going to go. Oh, hang on. No, I want to go this way because I want them to be angled. So we're going to go 5 3/4.
Yeah.
So 5 7 5, and we're going to cut at 175. So 1 3/4, and we're going to do that twice. We're going to pop that to the side, and then we're going to bring the other piece in, and we're going to do I've done it again, haven't I? I want to do it this way because I want it angled. So we're going to do 575 by 375. So 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, and then we're done with that for now.
Okay.
And actually, let's do the pink at the same time. So we've done that.
This is all from that pad, of course, don't forget, it's a 12 by 12 pad.
Yep, so we're going to go. There we go. So this is 5 3/4 by 1 3/4.
Yeah.
And you're going to need 2 of those. Oh, I did a little whistle then. 2 of those. And finally, we're going to the final bit of pink card, which is 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. Yes.
Yeah. And all this cardstock, and don't forget the linen is in the 12 by 12 pad as well.
Okay, so we're going to pop these to one side as well. We're going to take our pink piece of card and we're going to bring in the embossing folder, the Damask, and we're going to bring in the window of bloom.
Yeah. The window of bloom, did you say?
Window of blooms,
Yeah.
yes. Did I not say that one? Sorry.
I was sort of half reading a comment. I thought you said the window of doom.
I apologise if I forgot.
But
Of doom!
The window
Doom!
of bloom, it's called.
Right, so we're going to just put that, just the outside edge of the window. Actually, what I'm going to do, just take that off. I'm going to put it the other side, down there. And then one at the top as well. And we're going to die cut that. So let's bring in our Gemini. Oh, off it goes. It's like, I don't want to be die cut. Leave me alone. So we'll pop that in.
Yep. In the paper pad, there's 10 sheets. Ashley's asking, I think there's 24 double-sided papers and 10 sheets of the linen cardstock from memory. I haven't got the pad over this side now. I'm sure it's 34.
Right, so as I said before, we were talking about it in the previous hour, the whole idea of the window is that you can open it up and she'll peek out or whatever you want to put behind it. But what I want to do is actually take it out completely. So I'm just going to take some scissors and I'm just going to snip where the die cut doesn't snip, if that makes sense. It doesn't have a die cutting line, so it leaves almost an emboss so that you can open it up like that. But I'm just going to snip around that. So, sorry, I'm going to have to get it slightly closer to my face, sorry, because my eyesight is terrible and I want to get it right on the line. There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, my close eyesight is better without glasses. That's pretty bog standard for people with short-sightedness.
Mm.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to emboss the window. So we'll pop that down. Now, I think I've not embossed on the Gemini II, so I'm going to do the sandwich that I would assume it would do. But if I need to send it through again, that's no biggie. So let's see. Hang on just 1 second. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we'll do that. We'll do what I would with my Gemini, but if it's not quite right and it needs a bit more of a shim, or it needs a bit more pressure, we can absolutely send it through again.
Yeah. Kim says, Helen, you have come a long way since your first appearance on Crafting TV. So proud.
Oh, thank you.
That's from Kim. Nesbitt Edwardson.
Oh, thank you so much.
And Mary Walker said, Helen, your blending is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
All
you
the
guys
love
are so
today.
nice.
All the love.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. And absolutely that sandwich did work, which again is another thing that I love about the Gemini 2, is that I was like, let's do the sandwich, I think, and let's hope that it's going to be right. And it was. It's brilliant. So I'm going to come in with my darker ink that we did on the roses. Mm-hmm. And I did have, she says, I did have a little, oh, here we go. We'll just take one from here. I just need a little dauber.
Tracy's also said, thank you to Helen, please, as I love the card scoring explanations. Nice and clear.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm such a fan of shaped cards. I think I said this yesterday. I'm such a fan of a shaped card, different shapes. And I actually have, and I'll show you if I've got it here somewhere, here, is a little book that I take with me everywhere. Let me just put this down. I take it with me everywhere I go, no matter where I'm going, and it's full of different card shapes that I've either learnt or come up with, or I write the shape card down and then I add alternate measurements if need be.
A little book of card shapes.
Yeah, a little book of card shapes. And then so we're just doing some edging here, like so, just bringing some of that nice.
Kath's just said, I'm planning on using this collection to make a card for my niece, who's a bit of a goth.
Oh, lovely.
She's got cats called Doom and Dread.
Oh, that's so cool. I think you're going to say doom and gloom, but that's so cool. I love that.
Yeah, Johnny's just got a message chatting them in for their tea. Doom! Dread!
That is so cool. I love that. They are fabulous names.
That's great.
Right, good names. I love people when they go like they give their animals unusual names.
Yeah,
like,
it's so cool.
I think that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've done that, and that's going to go. What we're going to do once we finish colouring her in, we're actually going to stick her behind the window as such. But let's do, before we pick up the colouring, I'm going to just stamp out our sentiment. Can't remember which one I used. Oh yeah, Always and Forever. There we go. So let's get a little bit of the card that was left over. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. So this is just a little bit of the card that was left over from our cutting of the different white card. So again, you're still using that one piece. It's not a problem. Mm-hmm. You know, and we like to be thrifty, don't we, as crafters? Get as much out of our card as we can. Although I will be honest and say I have a little, and I'm sure there's lots of crafters out there who have this. I have a little box full of little pieces that I want to use, and I always forget to use them and then cut into a larger piece again.
And you put more in the box.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, I had a piece of that colour already. Why didn't I use it?
I think some people call it their gubbins box, that.
Gubbins?
Put all the gubbins in there.
Oh, mine's just, I don't know what I called it. It has got, because I've got a little label gun. You know, you saw my name on my scoreboard earlier, or yesterday. I've got a little label maker, so I do label, like, everything.
I remember one of those from back in the day when you and I were at the other place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there used to be one of those always, like, floating around on set, and I went through a phase of just, like, using it and just, like, labelling up, like, random stuff on set. Yeah, label everything. Yeah, that's exactly right. You laugh, but I did. Yeah, floor manager. Stick it on the back.
So
Such a child.
I'm just going to use. Again, I haven't got a measurement for this because I just used the guard to tell me where to cut. So I just put the letters to the end of the guillotine guard, and it gives me enough space. But I can tell you the measurements once I've cut it, if that helps. I love that. Tiniest little bit, and it took it off. No biggie. So I think this is, to cut the sentiment, it's 1.5 inches by 2.25 inches. Okay, but obviously you can do whatever you like. And then, what did I do? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to matte and layer this onto the black as well, just to give a little bit of a border. Mm-hmm. And then I'll bring the guillotine in to help me cut it. I can't do it with scissors. I know people can, but I can't see straight lines properly. That's part of my eye issue.
Oh, yeah.
I can't see straight lines at all. And so I have to do it, something has to help me, which is probably where using the guard came in. Because when I used to craft, like if I was doing it at home, I should say, I would call my mum up, and she'd tell me if it was straight or not.
Yeah.
And more often than not, she'd go, "No, Helen, that isn't straight." So then I started to learn ways. Actually, I'm going to take this slightly closer anyway. But I started to learn ways to make it easier, which I think we all do. We all find ways that to make our crafting or whatever we're doing easier. And so I kind of use the guard and get used to doing it that way. So, right. Now we've got all our elements. I'm going to put most of it together, and then we'll just come back in with our colouring, and then at least if we don't get her finished, you know what the plan was. So we've got, first of all, we've got our larger white pieces, and these pieces are exactly the same, which obviously does not make them a matte and layer, because that's not how matte and layers work.
No.
But there is a reason, because I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of tearing.
Ah, okay.
And again, what I would always say, if you are tearing to go onto a matten layer, cut the piece of paper to the same size, because then no matter how much you take off, you know you're going to end up with a matten layer.
Yeah.
I would also say as well, if you want to see the white, you pull the tear towards you.
Yeah.
If you don't want to see it, you pull the tear away.
Right.
And you won't then see the white core or red core or whatever core colour you've got in the paper that you're using.
I've tried doing this before on cards that I've made, and I find it very hard to, and this sounds really weird, but
No.
to tear inaccurately, if you know what I mean.
What, not to get it straight?
I just find it very hard to tear to make it look good, which sounds ridiculous because all you're doing is tearing. Like, yeah, that looks amazing, but I wouldn't.
I appreciate that. I'm not sure amazing, but I think that again, go with it.
Just don't overthink it.
Just go with however the paper. I mean, because I was looking at you, I tore a little bit more off than I had intended to. But actually, I think it's all right. Yeah, I think it's funny, isn't it? We look at techniques that people do these techniques, because one of the techniques that always used to just irritate me beyond belief, because I could never get it to look like how other people were creating them.
Yeah.
And I think we get in our head a little bit, and mine was faux stitch lines.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't, as I said, I can't see a straight line. So my faux stitch lines were never ever straight. And then I thought in my head, well, does it matter? Does it matter that they're not straight? And I was like, no, it doesn't, and I'm just going to go with it anyway. And then, if anything, that'll just be Helen's faux stitch line. So your tear will just be a bend tear. That's fine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stick these on to our white pieces. So,
I was used to say when I started making cards and that mine more was a little bit sort of, you know, wonky and a little bit off kilter, but I just embraced that.
Yeah.
You know, it was my my little thing.
One of the first times I was actually ever on air, I think maybe the third or fourth time I was ever doing this in front of an audience, as it were, I put my card on upside down.
Oh yeah, that's easily done, isn't it?
Yeah, I do, and so now I kind of always check before I stick things. It's like funny how things stick in your head.
I feel like I had one of your earlier shows. I feel like you and I did a show together.
Oh really?
Like quite early on, I'm sure.
Oh cool.
Maybe I'm.
Oh well, as I said, I have them all on Sky, so I'll go back and I'll have a look.
That's a task for next time you're in.
See what date our first ever show together was.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have a look.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Funny as well, one of the first ever dies a friend had sort of gifted me some dies, because as I said to you, I hadn't done die cutting or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I think it was maybe, I don't know, maybe a month into doing crafting. One of the first dies they ever gave me was a crafter's companion die.
Oh, no way.
It was of Highclere Castle.
Oh, yeah, from the...
From Downton Abbey, yeah. And I found it the other day. It's in my die collection, and I was like, oh, that's a crafter's companion one.
Funny you should say that. So I had my office day on Monday, and I was going through some of like the oldest videos on YouTube. So I went back and I was looking at some of like the oldest videos, and like, you know, because what always marvels me the most is, but if you go back to really old videos of Sara,
oh yeah,
she speaks with a very different voice.
Oh really?
You noticed that, Johnny? She speaks with a very different voice and almost tries to sort of put on a very sort of tries to lose her accent just a little bit.
Oh, I
really.
see. Yes.
And there was one particular video actually where she was sort of introducing everybody to Crafter's Companion, and it was like a look around like the old studios and like where the old warehouse was and where they used to make all the stamps and stuff. And one of the collections which came up actually was Downton Abbey, funny enough. And that was way before my time.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows for sure, but I'm pretty sure it came out in 2015.
Right.
Because that's when the show came out. But obviously I didn't start crafting till 2016. So I don't know whether they'd found it or something, or they had it themselves and they gave it to me. So I got it in I'm sure it was the November of 2016.
So you were 2016, your first year on telly?
No, 2018 was my first year on telly. 2016 was the first time I ever made a card.
So you started, I was 2016 I started there at Crafterscompanion.
Okay.
Yeah, so it would have been 2 years after. I'm pretty sure it was either like the third or fourth show I did.
Wow, I'll have to have a look.
I'm sure. What glue did you just use then, by the way? Charlene was asking.
This is tacky glue.
Yeah.
And the reason is it's just to get it, just so I had a little bit of wiggle room to get it into place.
Yeah.
But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my red liner tape for the ribbon. Now, in my, I hope this is not a problem, in my, what have I done with the ribbon? In my image that you've seen, obviously I used the red ribbon. You get 3 ribbons, so this time I'm using the silver. I don't think, you know, you get all 3 of those ribbons in your pack, so it's not like you have to go and get something else. So we'll just take the ribbon off. And now I personally always use red liner tape or a dry adhesive, I should say, when I'm using something like ribbon. I just think it holds it better than a wet glue ever would. So we're going to pop that along there. And I'm using the thinner one because so it works, so you don't see it sort of poking out via the through the ribbon, sorry.
Yeah.
And then what I'm doing is just using my fingernail. You could use a bone folder or anything like that just to buffer the red liner tape. What you'll see, and actually I think you could probably see it in the image, a second ago it was much redder, now it's kind of almost gone to the black, and that's because it's sort of let it go. And then I just use a pokey tool to get under there. She says, come on. There we go. It just makes it easier to lift that up. Shake it as much as you can off your hand because it wants to hold on for life. and then I'm just going to, now I could actually do that slightly shorter so that we're not wasting as much ribbon. So I'm just going to pop that down like so, and then just check that I can tie it.
This is coming together beautifully.
Thank you so much. Actually, it's one of those things, I will be honest and say I was nervous at the beginning of the show, but not only is everybody's lovely messages, but everybody saying those, and also you guys help in my ear, and Ben just makes me feel a little bit more happy with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I realise that's upside down. Let's turn it round. That's good.
What we're here for. I'm just making sure I you know, obviously say how great you are. So for when later on when I'm colouring and you look at my colouring and go, in your mind you go, what on earth? But then you go, oh, Ben, you're doing a great job over there. It looks amazing.
I know for a fact, Ben, that you are going to do an absolutely sterling job.
We're going to have fun. That's the main thing. Do you know what, Helen? More than anything that I've learned here, I'm not the best crafter in the world. I'm certainly not the best colorist. But I enjoy what I do.
Yes.
And I don't worry too much about things. It's not a competition. You know, I'm not putting it in to win a prize. I'm just doing it. I'm having fun. Sometimes it comes out better than others, but I don't panic about it. And if it goes wrong, I start again. It's a
absolutely.
bit of card, you know?
Or, you know, if it goes wrong, and I say wrong in quotations because I never think there's anything that's wrong. But if it goes wrong to what you were thinking, well, just go with it, because the person you're giving the card to doesn't know what it was supposed to look like.
No, exactly right.
You know, so if we've got a little bit more time, I will go back to our colouring. I do have one done though, so please shout in my ear if we're running out of time.
Running out of time? No, not really.
So this time I'm going with the pinks, and we're going to use the bubble gum, the rose red and the magenta, and again, just like before, I put them in order just so that it's a little less stress on myself. And then we're going to go in. I love the top that this lady is wearing.
Yeah.
I would totally rock this top. Love it. I love a puff.
Very nice today as well, very floral.
Oh, thank you. I thought it kind of felt the vibe of this collection.
Yeah.
Roses, you know, that sort of thing. So that's kind of what I went with. And also I only bought 2 ribbons with me, a blue one, a black one, which I wore yesterday, and a red one. I thought, well, let's do that.
Yeah. I need to get another floral shirt, actually. I ripped my...
Are you a fan of a floral shirt?
I do like a floral shirt,
Nice.
actually. Yeah. The problem is the company that I buy the shirts from that I really like are quite expensive.
Oh, okay.
So I have to wait till the sales are on, you know.
All right, so it's a special shirt, so you only get to have one every so often.
Yeah, every so often. I wait till the sales are on.
Nice.
Joe Brown's, if you're watching, always wear your shirts.
Who is it?
Joe Brown's.
Oh, I've never heard of them.
Have you not?
I've only heard of the comedian.
Oh, that's Joe Brand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Joe Brown's, if you're watching.
Oh, Browns. Oh, I do know Joe Brown's.
Yeah, Joe Brown's.
Their stuff's lovely. I have some of their, they do women's clothes too.
Yeah, they do.
And I
They
have
do, like,
some
home
of their,
decor stuff as
like
well.
jackets, they're very embroidered.
But like shirts are like 40 quid a pop. So
Yeah, no,
I
it's
wait
not-
till they're in the
yeah.
sale for like 12 quid and then grab them.
Yeah. I do actually have a top with me this trip that's
yeah.
Joe Brown's, but I didn't wear it.
That's sort of quite Joe Brown's, your top that you
Yeah,
wear today, actually.
this is just from Simply Be. I don't, it's
Yeah.
not, But yeah, no, I do like Joe Brown's. They do really nice embroidery.
They do. Other clothing places are available, but Joe Brown's, if you're watching, happy to wear your shirt, if you need a bit of promotion on Crafters TV.
Oh, that's really funny.
And again, if I've got a new one, I'll tag them like in an Instagram story in the hope that, they'll be like, oh, who is this guy? But they've never seen one yet.
So I have, I have my crafting Instagram page. But I also have an Instagram page about my trips to Florida, and I'm forever tagging like loads of companies in my Disney one.
Yeah.
And the pair I wear, I tagged them like in 7 different pictures,
and
finally they liked one.
Oh, yes.
I was like, woohoo! But I never heard from them or anything.
Dear.
Funny.
We try our best, don't we? We try our best. It's like I do that quite a lot. Because obviously I've done voiceovers and stuff in the past.
Yeah.
There's a guy I follow who's brilliant. He's called Joe Gaudet, and he does like an unbelievable Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. But he posts a lot of his like voiceovers and stuff on his Insta channel. And I follow him, and now and again I sort of comment and stuff. And a while back he did this really moving voiceover about what it's like to have a dog.
Oh.
And like the whole kind of like living with the dog, and sadly when you lose your dog at the end, and it really moved me. And I sent him a message just saying like, love what you do, love all your impressions, but just absolutely love this piece that you've done. Really moved me, kind of thing. Keep up the good work. And he private messaged me back.
Ah!
And it was just one of those moments. He's got like 1 million odd followers. You know what I mean? He was just like, oh, thank you very much for this like lovely comment.
Taking
really
the time out.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it does work.
So I don't think I'm going to have enough time. Sorry, my bad. I'll try and speed up next time. But I've finished. You can see, basically where I was going. So I'm sorry about that, everybody. I'll make sure I do better on the next one if they let me do another one. So there we go. So I would have just finished off. Probably if I'd had maybe 5 more minutes, I would have been okay. But we want to be able to put the card together. So let's do that. So we've nearly finished, and we're just going to bring in these different elements. So let's stick our lady onto our embossing folder.
I think you've timed this brilliantly because it's not an easy skill. We've had experts who've done many more shows on this channel than you have, who've not quite managed to time it out or finished far too early. So I think you've done brilliantly for a first go.
Thanks.
Ash says, that's me too. I wait for the Joe Brown sale.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Helen, you're doing fantastic, says Jen Shank. Beautiful so far. I've saved the show and I will craft along later on. And Carol says, enjoying what you do, Ben, is the key to life.
Yes,
absolutely,
I agree.
Carol.
100%.
I think you begin to realise that more as you get older.
I think you appreciate it a little bit more as well.
I think you learn to do the things that you enjoy, and don't get dragged into doing things that you don't want to do. I always say. Yeah.
But no, I think it's nice. My brother is a huge fan of Doctor Who, like a massive Doctor Who fan, and he put a post out, something, I can't remember what it was, about Doctor Who, and Russell T Davies liked it.
No way.
And he was like, this is amazing! Yeah, that was really funny. I remember him like messaging me and going, Russell T Davies has liked it. I was like, what? Liked what?
My biggest ever claim to fame, I must have told you this on Crafters TV before, it was when Arnold Schwarzenegger's Fubar came out on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
And I went. It was late one night, and I went on X on Twitter, and I noticed that he was like tweeting loads, and I was like, oh my gosh, like he's like replying to like people who were tweeting. So I quickly got on, and I was like, at Arnold Schwarzenegger, absolutely love all of your movies, really enjoying Fubar, looking forward to the next episode. And literally within about 5 minutes, he retweeted me with a thanks very much.
Oh, wow! That's amazing!
Yeah, retweeted by the man himself.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I always wonder how, like,
I mean, it might have been one of his team. Who knows?
I know it was definitely him.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
What I'm saying is, I wonder how these people feel. Like, to them, it's a moment. They've retweeted. It's a moment. Yeah. They've taken a few minutes. And don't get me wrong, I'm not taking it away because I think that's beautiful that people take time out of their life to do that. Yeah. But just, I wonder if they realise how much it means to the people they've done it to. That instant, like, you felt it. I saw it just telling the story. Yeah. You know, how amazing it felt. Yeah. Right. So, Whew. So actually, how long have we got left?
You've timed it perfectly. What have you got, about 3 minutes?
Oh, so probably could have finished her, but there we go. But there we have our little double gatefold with the little seal using that gorgeous satin ribbon. Come on, let's do it. Let's make a bow. Come on, Helen, you can do it.
Go on.
Go on,
She says you can't tie a bow.
I can't tie a bow. There's many things I can do bow tying. See, it's ridiculous. It looks like a spider.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
There's many things in the world I can do, and I will take that. But I will also take when I can't do something, and that's the ribbon. But hey, someone, there's a chink somewhere in everyone.
Well, we found your, what is it, your Achilles heel.
Yeah. Ribbons.
Ribbons, exactly right. So you can do everything, tie ribbon, no chance. Make sure you save this show because it has been so informative, such a great project. And as I say, you've got all of the goodies that you can pick up from this show if you haven't already got them. If you've already got them, save the show. If you're on YouTube, of course, you can create your own playlist and save it to there. There is another class, of course, that you can go for. October the 14th is the date for this. It's an exclusive class with Leanne, 8 p.m. here in the UK. That is 3 p.m. Eastern. That is midday if you are Pacific. 3 projects with Leanne, exclusive to you, all with the Thorn and Bloom collection. £30 or $39. Obviously, once you purchase that, you'll have access to do it live. If you can do one live but you can't make the other 2, you'll still have the link to come back and do those classes at a time to suit you. And once you've paid for it and you've got that link, you'll be able to revisit it whenever you so wish. £30 or $39. What a great show. Helen, congratulations. First craft along, finished 10 out of 10.
Thank you so much.
And we're back in just over an hour. Colour me happy. So we're just going to have fun colouring, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Very mindfulness for the end of the day.
Yeah.
Really lovely and relaxed. And I'm super excited to see what you create because I know it'll be great.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. Get your Classiques out, get your pens out with us, and let's have a colour along, right? And let's get as many images as possible emailed in towards the end of that show so we can all see what we've coloured. Let's have a colouring craft along in Colour Me Happy in an hour's time. Get your Classiques out. If you haven't got them, grab them on a 3 for 2. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye for now.